Obviously, that game against Penn State in 2019 is it's a ways away from where you guys are right now. There's a lot of personnel differences from back then, but how much can you really look back at that game, kind of reflect on it a little bit as you head into this matchup in week 1?
Well, we've looked back on it a lot because it wasn't a good showing for us. We got beat up front quite a bit. They were really fast. They were physical. It's hard for us to get open as much. I mean, they have veteran guys in the secondary, and they're athletic. And like I said, even when you look at the Arkansas game where they lost in the bowl game, Arkansas didn't throw the ball on them. That didn't happen. The quarterback had to run around and make plays, which that's not our strength right now. So we have to play to our strength, but that's their strength as well. And I think offensively they were able to do whatever they wanted. Ran the ball on us, threw the ball on us, ran nakeds, threw it to the tight end, utilized the running back, the quarterback running game. So, it's a tough matchup. And, we've worked hard to get prepared for it. But we're going to have to play well, and we're going to have to see how we match up against a really good football team that has quite a bit of experience at certain positions. The physicality of it, the speed of it, we'll just see right away where we're at after game 1.
And obviously, there are some veteran guys on this team that were a part of that loss, guys that'll play, I guess, in bigger roles this season, guys like Aiden, Payne Durham. Have you seen them kind of take it on themselves a little bit more, add some extra motivation that they were a part of that loss, and now they want to kind of flip the script as you guys start the season?
Aiden and Payne have been great leaders all camp. They've been more vocal. They understand they have to play well in order for us to win. Our guys know what we're going against. We're going against a really good opponent that's played a lot of really good football and that we did not have a good showing against the last time. So we understand that, that's football in the Big Ten, and we're fortunate enough to have the game at home, which we've got to give our fans something to cheer about early on and gain some momentum and try to ride that to help us win. But, fighting and playing to the end is going to be important no matter what the score is. That's what we got to do. That's been a strength of ours. I do think we play to the end. When we played 3 years ago, if we didn't do that, we would have got blown out really bad. So I do think, we should have the fight that we need in order to, play 60 minutes and give us a chance to win, but we're going to have to execute.
And last for me, you mentioned Sean Clifford a little bit. Just obviously his experience is something that jumps off the page for Penn State. Just from what you can recall from a couple years ago and just what you've seen from him over the last few years, how has he kind of evolved as a quarterback, and how do you feel like your defense is ready to, I guess, kind of challenge his command of that offensive scheme this year?
Well, I think he'll be the second year in this offensive system, which will help him feel more comfortable. He's played a lot of football. He can run around and make plays. He can distribute the ball to his playmakers. He understands what their team is built on. They can't, they don't want to turn it over. They want to create a few big plays in the play action game. But other than that, they want to utilize their tight ends and running backs and even his ability to run the football. So that's where you have to account for him and his experience level, and we have to figure out a way to give him some things he hasn't seen before. We got to figure out a way to, get after the quarterback more than quarterbacks like to be hit. We have to figure out a way to disguise some things, but we've got to stop the run, and we've got to make sure that we stop the quarterback run as well, or they will score a lot of points.
Jeff, a new defensive coordinator in State College, Manny Diaz, former Miami head coach. What have you been able to decipher from maybe what he wants to try to do or what he likes to do from a defensive standpoint?
Well, Coach Diaz has a lot of experience. He's coached a lot of football at a lot of different conferences. So we've watched definitely a ton of Miami film and then some at Penn State. But at the same time, I'm sure it's going to be Coach Diaz's defense. And, it's an aggressive style defense. They're going to be more attacking. They're going to guard things tighter. They're going to, on third down, get creative in blitzes and disguising things and come after the quarterback. They're going to utilize athletes. They're going to move the front, which is always tough on an offense when things are moving and going in different directions. So that's what you have to prepare for. And, we've looked at it, we've studied it, but at the same time, getting it done in the speed of the game is going to be the test. But I think it definitely provides an element of, he will have more creativity and do more things that we're going to have to prepare for.
just on a personnel front, Jeff, Rock Thompson, Jamari Brown, and Corey Trice were handled with a lot of prudence in camp, just to keep them healthy. Are they going to be ready to go on Thursday night?
I think all three will be ready to go. Yes, we still have to be somewhat cautious with all three, but that's, the cards were dealt with. They sustained injuries, and we've got to get them back healthy. We've got to get them back in the flow. We've got to make sure that we're not wasting all their good reps in practice and not being able to utilize them in the game. But at the same time, they have to get enough reps to make sure they're ready. So that's the balance you have. There's certain guys like those three that we need on the field. We definitely need them on the field. When they're not, we're not as good a football team. So it's going to be important that they play well, we keep them healthy, and we try to continue that throughout the entire year, because it's going to be more than one game. When we need these guys, we need them the entire season.
Have there been any other significant injuries within the last week?
No, I don't think so. We had some little bit of bad luck early on in camp with some key guys. And other than normal nicks and bruises, I don't think, and, a couple of hamstrings here and there, I don't think anything that severe.
Any other questions?
Obviously, last year you could rely on George to create quite a bit of pressure. Do you have the personnel to do that organically now, or is it going to have to be more schematic again in terms of what you did defensively last year, calling a lot of blitzes to play off George?
Well, we've had some long discussions about that even this past weekend after a lot of games were played, on Thursday through Saturday, about making sure we have ways to stop the run, get after the quarterback, and not allow teams to run it down our throat, not allow teams to gain momentum by doing the easy things. So we've worked on it, we've prepped it, we've revisited it, and there has to be answers if we're not able to create pressure the way we were last year because of a dominant player like George Karlaftis. Even DeMarcus Mitchell made plays for us at key times in the bowl game. He had a strip sack that got us the ball in the half and got us points. And those are the type of plays you need. You need just some one-on-one battles to be won by our players, and we will have the fight. Our guys will go out there and play hard, but certain guys have to emerge as guys that can get that done, that demand double teams and that demand help. So that's what we have to prepare for, is the ability to spice that up if we're not able to get that done in a lot of one-on-one matchups.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.